Congratulations! If you've made it to level 3, your shoulder is likely feeling more comfortable, more predictable, and better able to tolerate load. Level 3 is designed for individuals who want to return to higher demand activities, such as sports, heavy lifting, or repetitive overhead use. This level is optional. If your goal is simply to stay active and manage daily activities without pain, levels 1 and 2 may be all you need. The focus in level 3 is advanced shoulder stability, endurance, and control. These exercises challenge the rotator cuff in positions that more closely resemble real life and sport-specific demands. Because these movements are more demanding, it's important to start light, move with control, and prioritize quality over quantity. Mild fatigue is expected. Sharp pain, loss of control, or lingering soreness is not. If any exercise causes increased pain during or after, scale it back or return to level 2. Progress at a pace that supports your goals, not one that rushes your shoulder. Let's go over shoulder circles and ABCs. These are great exercises that we can do to start to strengthen our rotator cuff dynamically. I have a soccer ball here. At home, you'll need this or something similar. How we're going to do this, the ball is going to come on the wall. The big key here is I'm pushing my hand into the ball. So I'm doing that. I'm kind of punching forward, keeping my elbow straight. Doing this is what engages our rotator cuff. And then I'm just going to make little circles. I'm going to go 20 one way, and then I'm going to do 20 the other way. After the circles, you can take a little break. You're going to put the ball back on the wall. And again, you're going to push. So I'm pushing into that ball, and then I'm going to trace the alphabet. I'm going to go A, B, C, D, all the way to Z, 2 times through. You can complete these exercises 2 to 3 days a week in the program that you're creating here. Let's go over wall clocks. This is a great exercise that we can use to dynamically strengthen our rotator cuff. You'll need a band at home for this one. I'm going to take the band, I'm going to put it around my wrists so it kind of looks like that. It's very important that that's where the band stays. You're going to extend both arms onto the wall so you look kind of like that. And then I'm just moving my affected arm's hand in the direction of a clock. So I'm going 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Each time around the clock is 1, you're going to do 5 rounds. You can repeat that 2 to 3 days a week in the program that you're creating here. Let's go over shoulder press or a military press. This is a great exercise that we can use to strengthen our rotator cuff and our deltoid muscles. I have 2 weights here. You always start with a light weight and then gradually work your way up. I'm going to start with the weights at about kind of like my nose level, ear level, and then I'm pressing straight up and then returning back to that nose level, up and then back to that nose level. Sometimes you'll see people kind of clank the weights up overhead. You don't want to do that. That will also push into an impingement position. So you're starting at your nose level and then just pressing up. You're going to start with 2 sets of 10, and you can do that 2 to 3 days a week in the program that you're creating here. Let's talk about Statue of Liberties. I love this exercise. It's a great way to start to build endurance in the shoulder and the rotator cuff. It's a great exercise for any overhead athletes that might be watching this, such as baseball players or quarterbacks. You're going to take a light weight. Make sure you start with a light weight because it will be much harder than it seems like it is. You're going to make a Y kind of in that Statue of Liberty pose, and you're just going to hold it here for 45 seconds to a minute. Once you get to 45 seconds or a minute, shake it out, give yourself a little break, and you're going to do 3 bouts of it. You can do this 2 to 3 days a week in the program that you're creating here. Let's talk about wall dribbles. This is a great exercise that you can do at home to dynamically strengthen your rotator cuff and build endurance in your rotator cuff. I have a little lacrosse ball here. At home, you'll either need this or something similar. All I'm going to do is take the ball, I'm going to extend my arm, and then I'm just going to play catch with myself on the wall. I'm going to set a timer for a minute, and then I'm going to repeat 3 rounds of that. You can do that 2 to 3 days a week in the program that you're creating here.